spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Badgers will kick it away first. Fair catch called for and made. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Looking for room, it's Silva. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly.
42 Spider.
They'll give it to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it from the gun. Crosses the 30. He's got away. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. A first down for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for a loss. That was impressive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Wide open downfield. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Quick release by the QB. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
He'll pull it on the read. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that, too, because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Makes the pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Gets open down the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Using the quick game. He is going nowhere. Stops at the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Zings it complete to the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
He's going to run it. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
On second down, they'll take to the air. On the run, fires downfield. Got him, and nobody's close. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He had no chance. A host of defenders back there for a loss of 4.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a miss.
Quick strike complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Wants to throw. It's Jolly. Lets it fly. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off.
What a play by the safety. Really good understanding. Like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football. And as soon as that hand separates from the other hand, I'm breaking on it. Does a great job breaking on it and making the catch.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Now the toss. Still running at the 40. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Wisconsin's had a long list of great running backs, but those big fellas up front, that's a pipeline to pro football.
Unbelievable. Joe Thomas would be proud. Just paving the way, just physical. They always can block the run game so well, and they're going to establish it. Every game Wisconsin plays, they're going to run the football.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. catch at the 15. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Peters. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Badgers! Ready to try the point after. And the PAT makes it 14-6. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Northwestern was able to come away with the win, as they have in Evanston so many times before, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Buys a little time. He's got his man. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. I mean, again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
He's got his man, makes the grab. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page, and you got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks so the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page, getting some positive yards.
He locked up and held on to bring him down. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
This Florida Atlantic offense is on a roll. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Throws to the tight end. Got his man. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing curl routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Feeling some heat. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I just don't know how you go wrong with bringing more speed on the field in 3rd down situations. You go dime, you bring 6 defensive backs on the field. Now not only do you have better guys to cover, but when that QB goes into scramble mode, I got a bunch of fast little guys that can catch him, get on the ground, set up the 4th down and short.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
That's a good-looking throw, and I know when we talk Wisconsin offense, we're always talking about running backs, but they've seen their fair share of QBs too. Darren Bevel back in my day, Scott Tolzien had some success, and then, of course, Russell Wilson also. This guy right now in this game, he needs to get himself into a rhythm, and if he gets there, he's dangerous.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Caught. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They would have needed a boomer from here, a 55-yard field goal attempt, so instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. And the Badgers get enough for the first down. From that spot on the field, this is the area that we expert commentators call no man's land. So the call makes sense.
You have to go for it. You're in a situation where you're in field goal range for maybe elite kickers, but dude, go for it. You're not going to have anything to lose. Field position will still be okay. You got to go for it in these situations.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Then the short completion brings up 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man, it's Peters. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. The Badgers are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 1st down. Getting some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And he'll just get rid of that one.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another day.
Caught over the middle. It's Peters. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts him on top 21-6. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Coming after it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield, it's Jolly. Makes his connection. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll go to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Really good job by the defense taking away the deep ball. Remember, you can roll those corners up, or you can roll those corners back. If you want to take away the deep ball, keep them back deep. You want to take away the shallow stuff, bring them up tight on the line of scrimmage.
Wants to bring it back. Slips through the line. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
He's got it on the move. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. Goes to the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success?
Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And after the extra point, it's a 1-possession game, down 21-13. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Going for the return. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
He's going to take off. Bounced off his feet.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Snagged in the middle. It's Peters. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, and first down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
That's caught. It's Peters.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Looking to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Here comes the option. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here from my running back, make the game easy.
Gets it out fast. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility for the guy in that slot position.
They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Give to the running back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Badgers! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. So after they mark off the yardage, it's still 3rd and 10. Dropping back, it's Jolly. Quarterback moving. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires a throw, and now it's picked off. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the route is on.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this, this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UCF is in front. They played awfully well today, and while there's no Dante Culpepper out there, this group is hanging tough. They're up by 6 over the Pandas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Dropping back, it's Jolly. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Here's the handoff. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got it, and they convert. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Why not double the try total and go for two? Trying to pound it in. They'll get the two-point conversion, and now the lead is 14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Discards a man. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need two. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a W.
Not so fast. You think it's going to be automatic, second and short. They're just going to turn around and hand it off. But how about the penetration up front defensively, shutting that play down?
Yeah, and if your defense wants to be aggressive, well, that's fine. Third and short, I still got fourth down as well. So don't be afraid to be aggressive on those and play action, because defense a lot of times really expects run, and it can take some big shots in man coverage down the field.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. On a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Badger. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Owls want to move quickly.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the red zone, looking for a man. Had to get rid of it quickly. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls! Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's right on target, and he'll be brought down. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Fair catch called for and made. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to play.
And you can tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You gonna leave that open? Okay, I'm gonna take it right now.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. They can block and stay in the formation.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Jolly. Looking down the middle. It's complete. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. And Jesse just keeps piling up numbers over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Makes the grab on the left. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. And the Owls will hustle to the line. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Trying to burn this defensive back. Grabs it inside the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Got it behind the line. It's Peters. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Now on the option. He'll pitch it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, going to the air. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
They've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
And that's a very productive first down play of bringing up 2nd and 3. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball. Looking to throw, it's Jolly. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
At midfield, he's got room. He's off to the races. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. If they can pick up a yard here on 2nd down, that might put this one in the books. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Do a better job up front. Right there, that run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back. When you get the ball and you get clocked.
Big play to start the drive. A little tougher sense. Now a crucial 3rd down on this drive. The give and tick, 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 tick. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
Yeah, and I think on that 3rd down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a 4th down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll send out the kicker here. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Good, right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them, so you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time?
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Comes out throwing on first down. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. It's Jolly. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On the move, he fires. Soft spot in the middle. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.